The Golden Boy Award is an award given to the best player under 21 in that calendar year. It's an award that started in 2003, with the first winner being Van der Vaart and the most latest one being Jude Bellingham. While some players won it and went on to fulfill their potential, there's others that failed to live up to the hype. And in this video, we'll take a look at the last 10 Golden Boy Award winners and where they are now. But before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the channel. 2013, Paul Pogba. Pogba left Manchester United for Juventus in 2012 in search for regular first-team football, and his decision was vindicated when he won the Golden Boy Award in 2013. During his 4 years in Italy, he developed into one of the best midfielders in the world, winning 4 Serie A titles and 2 Coppa Italias. United then spent a world record £89 million to bring him back to the club in 2016, and that was probably the worst decision he made in his career. He spent 6 frustrating years at Old Trafford, never getting near the Premier League title, though he was an instrumental member of the French team that won the 2018 World Cup. In 2022, he returned to Juventus, and again it hasn't worked out for him at all. He spent the large chunk of his time there injured and is now facing a long ban from football after failing a drugs test. 2014, Raheem Sterling. Sterling announced himself to the world with a string of excellent displays for Liverpool as he formed a deadly trio with Sturridge and Suarez. The winger then joined Manchester City for £50 million in 2015, but endured a difficult debut season at the Etihad. However, under the guidance of Pep Guardiola, he went from a tricky winger to one of the most dangerous attackers in the Premier League. He played 292 games under Pep, scoring an astounding 120 goals and getting a further 85 assists. But as Pep loves shuffling his team around, Sterling saw his game time reduced and then joined Chelsea in 2022, having won 4 league titles at City. Chelsea were awful last season, so naturally Sterling struggled too. However, he's been arguably Chelsea's best player so far this season, with 7 goal involvements in 14 games. 2015, Anthony Martial. Manchester United spent £36 million on a relatively unproven forward in 2015, with some criticising the signing as a panic buy, but Martial proved those doubters wrong and enjoyed a blistering start to his United career. He came off the bench to score a sensational solo goal against Liverpool on his debut, and that season he would get 17 goals for the club aged just 19. But he had a turbulent relationship with Jose Mourinho, who infamously took the number 9 shirt off him and gave it to Zlatan. The Frenchman looked like he had recovered some form under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, especially in the 1920 season where he got a career best 23 goals in all competitions. But it all proved to be short-lived, as whilst Martial was still at Old Trafford, he rarely gets much game time these days due to his awful injury record and Haaland now being the club's main striker. 2016, Renato Sanches. After helping Portugal win Euro 2016, it came as no surprise when Sanchez was named as the Golden Boy Award winner later that year. The midfielder had already completed a big money move to Bayern Munich, and all signs pointed to a long and successful career in Germany. But he failed to do anything of note in Germany and even had a disastrous loan spell at Swansea City. It looked as though Sanchez may just disappear into nothingness, but a move to Lille in 2019 saved his career. He helped Lille to their first Ligue 1 title in a decade in 2021, which earned him a move to PSG. But again, it hasn't worked out for him in Paris, as he's spending this season on loan at Roma, who have an obligation to buy the midfielder if certain conditions are met. 2017, Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe burst onto the scene with Monaco, but had already agreed to join PSG for €180 million before picking up the award in 2017. He has continued to go from strength to strength in Ligue 1, scoring over 250 career goals. The French international also led his country to World Cup success in 2018, becoming the first teenager since Pelé to score in the final, and then scored in the 2022 final against Argentina for good measure. Whilst Mbappe is certainly one of the best players in the world, he's still failed to win a Champions League or a Ballon d'Or thus far. Most fans agree that Mbappe has to leave PSG if he truly wants to be crowned as the best player in the world. 2018, Matthijs de Ligt. De Ligt beat Liverpool's Trent Alexander-Arnold to the award in 2018, becoming the first defender in history to win the award. The centre-back then captained Ajax to a domestic treble in 2018/2019 and helped them to reach the semi-finals of the Champions League. From then on, he became one of the most in-demand players in world football, with the likes of Manchester United and Barcelona all chasing after him. But Juventus won the race for his signature in 2019, and the Dutchman won the Serie A title in his debut season. But his time in Italy was fairly underwhelming overall, and he didn't quite become the player Juve had hoped, which led to his sale to Bayern Munich in 2022. He won the league title with them last season and now has 3 league titles in 3 different countries, aged just 24. 2019, João Felix. Felix enjoyed an incredible breakthrough season at Benfica and received the award in 2019. Atletico Madrid then splashed out a staggering £113 million for him, but he endured a mixed time in Madrid. He showed glimpses of his talent, but ultimately Diego Simeone does not play the brand of football that Felix can thrive under, and that's why he's had 2 loan spells so far. The first spell was at Chelsea last season, where just like Sterling, he played in a hopeless team though was the shining light at times. But he's currently at Barcelona and may have with Xavi the perfect manager for him to fulfill his potential. 2020, Erling Haaland. Well, I think it's pretty obvious how Haaland has got on since winning the award in 2020. At Dortmund he scored 86 goals in 89 games, averaging almost a goal per game. Then in the summer of 2022, he signed for Manchester City for just £50 million and has somehow managed to get even better. Last season he scored an absurd 52 goals in 53 games, swooping up the Premier League, FA Cup and the Champions League. Individually, he also won the Premier League Player and Young Player of the Season award. Amazingly, that still wasn't enough for him to win the Ballon d'Or, as he ranked second to Lionel Messi. But with Messi now playing in the MLS, it's only a matter of time until Haaland gets his hands on the award and becomes the second player behind the GOAT himself to win the Golden Boy award and Ballon d'Or award. 2021, Pedri. Pedri won the Golden Boy award in 2021 with a total of 318 points in the voting. That was 199 ahead of nearest rival Jude Bellingham, which was the largest margin between a Golden Boy winner and runner-up. That just reflects how special his performances were for Spain and Barcelona that year. At 20 years of age, he is easily one of the best midfielders in the world, but there is a slight danger that he may end up burning out early in his career. In the 20/21 season, he played 73 games for Barcelona and Spain combined, featuring for Spain in both the Euros and Olympics. Barcelona must be careful to not put too much pressure on a potential future great. 2022, Gavi. Pedri's teammate Gavi beat the likes of Bellingham, Camavinga and Jamal Musiala to the 2022 award after his stellar performances for Barcelona and Spain. It's an honour to receive this prize, and thanks to all of those who have played a part in helping me win this award, the midfielder said at the ceremony. Still only 19, Gavi played 49 times during Barcelona's 2022/2023 La Liga winning campaign. But again, just like Pedri, he was definitely being overplayed and has now unfortunately suffered an ACL injury, which rules him out for the rest of the season and also likely the Euros in the summer. Such a serious injury at such a young age could potentially be career-changing for Gavi, and only time will tell if he manages to overcome it. But that was it for the last 10 Golden Boy Award winners and where they are now. But what do you guys think? Who's the best Golden Boy Award winner and who's the worst? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel.